All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to MEB Pod. This is going to be my first official, unofficial episode of the pod, kind of like a pilot episode. What my plan is to do is to release an episode once a week starting October 15th. So that's a week from tomorrow. I want to I want to post it on YouTube, my Instagram, and Apple Podcast. Um, my goal with this podcast is just there's to keep myself, humble and motivated to continue to follow my hopes and dreams, and just to kind of keep myself humble and keep myself in the now, and not worry about what's going on, in the future, and just kind of continue to keep doing me, and with working out and continuing to play golf and work and keep up with all the good things that are going on in the world. Trying to stay positive and motivated. Hopefully, I can motivate someone out there, whether it's a family member, a friend, or just a listener. If you don't know me, my name is Matthew from St. Louis, Missouri. I live now currently in Miami, Florida. Um, I am a big sports fan, so I'm sure I will be talking a lot about sports. Um, I might try to do with football season being in the now. I might try to kind of make my picks, and with me releasing episodes on Tuesdays, I will one talk about the week prior of. So, like for an example, now the Chiefs just beat the New Orleans Saints 26-16. Um, Patrick Mahomes just had his best game uh, looking at his passing yards. Wasn't able to catch the whole thing, but it looks like Xavier Worthy scored a touchdown, and Juju Smith-Schuster had one. Um, just kind of talk about the Sunday night football game, or today's Monday night football game. Sorry. Um, Looks like the Mahomes is 7-0 career against the NFC South teams in the regular season. And I kind of just do a little tidbits on the games, and on since I'm going to be releasing this on Tuesdays, I might even try to look ahead and try to uh, throw some predictions on the following week. Um, and you know, with it being baseball season, Kansas City and Yankees the Kansas City Royals tied their series up against the Yankees. Detroit Tigers tied their series up against the Guardians. We've got a tied series in the Mets and the Phillies series, and then a tied series in the Padres and Dodgers. So I mean, baseball's tightened it up pretty good. All the series are now a 3-game series, headed back to the lower seeded teams. Um, so I'm excited to see what Shohei can do tomorrow night in San Diego against the Padres. It's always fun to watch Shohei. Um, Also, I kind of want to do. I follow the. I kind of got inspired to do this whole podcast thing from just a bunch of podcasts I've been listening to. Uh, you know, Speaking of the Chiefs, we got Travis Kelsey and Jason Kelsey's New Heights podcast. I love listening to those guys. Their takes on the week. Just because they got some inside takes for the NFL. They're always great to listen to. The makeshift guys up in Hoboken, New Jersey, they're always pretty entertaining to listen to, and always fun to see what they have to say. And of course, like the breadbasket guys over there in Santa Monica, California. They're just. I want to do something similar to what those guys have to do, and then add my own little perception or view on things. Not that it really matters, but like I said, this is kind of a hobby of mine, and I'd like to continue to learn how to edit audio and video, and keep moving forward with it. if only if I only get one listener, oh well, I'm having fun with it and learning a new thing. Um, you know, my episodes are going to start off probably with like what I want to do is got to kind of focus on some golf terminology. So if you don't know golf, you don't have to be a fan of golf to listen in. It's not going to be all golf related. But what I want to start off each episode with is um, kind of a good thing and a real good thing to happen to me in the week prior, and then kind of, I don't want to say a bad thing, but something negative, or not something negative, but like something that would a complaint, I guess, would be the right word. I'm not really kind of like what the breadbasket guys do with like MVL and MVP, and then they do their least valuable whatever, and they're so for example, this week, I'm gonna call him a an eagle. You know what? Scratch that. I'm doing it the hole in one. The best thing that happened to me all week was, get this podcast going. I this is all new to me. It's kind of awkward because I'm sitting in my apartment by myself, talking to myself through the camera. But this is a hole in one for me for the week. This is me getting out of my comfort zone and doing something that I'm not used to doing. Um, Now, like if I were to look on the negative side, I would call it the double bogey. The double bogey for me this week is, Hurricane Milton is coming through Florida. I am obviously lucky enough to be down in Miami, where, yes, we will get some storms, but I am not anywhere near the eye of the storm. So I pray that everyone is able to evacuate the Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater area safely and in a timely manner. I know it's going to be a pain in the butt to get out of there, but that would be kind of my double bogey. That's what kind of like I'm going to try to get one positive and one negative out of each episode. So for now, that's my hole in one and my double bogey. And then I kind of want to move on forward and get in with maybe some picks. Give me 1 second. I want to maybe get into, while we're in NFL season, I want to get to the picks of the week and see what we got going on for NCAA NFL football for next week's schedule, and let you know kind of what picks I want to do. So, for example, what do we got here? We're going into week 6. We have on Thursday night, we have a matchup with San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks at Seattle. I will have to probably pick San Francisco. I know they are a little injured, but I just think the offense is still just too strong for Seattle. Um, and in future episodes, I might go in a little more into detail in each game and just kind of like analyze how I feel about the offenses and defenses and coaching and whatever strategy kind of things. This week, I'm just trying to, like I said, get a pilot episode and try to put it out there. Now we have some Sunday matchups. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Bears. You got some Trevor Lawrence versus Caleb Williams. It is in Chicago. As much as like I said earlier, I'm from St. Louis, not a Chicago fan, the Windy City, but I would like to see Caleb Williams succeed. I am a fan of what he has to bring to that city of Chicago. It's always good to have a Chicago Bears team, somewhat competitive in the NFL. It's always, they're a great fan base. The week after, then we have a Arizona versus Green Bay. I'm going to be picking Packers. Jordan Love is just, he signed that huge contract over the offseason, and, I don't want to say proven himself yet, but, he has done very well so far. And Green Bay always kind of brings in the QBs. Then we got some Indianapolis and Tennessee Titans. Kind of a softer matchup, AFC South matchup. Should be a good one in Tennessee. If I had to pick one, I'm gonna have to go. That's a tough one. That's the line is at Indy at -1. Maybe I'll have to stick with the Colts, and Pat McAfee would appreciate something like that. Pat McAfee's another one that kind of inspired me to do something like this. I know he was had a little bit of credibility with the NFL playing as a being a punter in the NFL, but it's really cool to see what he's done post NFL career, and able to make the Pat McAfee show. Houston and New England, CJ Stroud over Jacoby Brissett all day. That's an easy one for me. Tampa Bay and New Orleans, that'll be a tough one. Tampa Bay is coming off of you know couple of tough games, but they're going to New Orleans, another tough one, high-powered offense. Saints are coming off the loss against the Chiefs. Should be a good one. Tampa might be a little motivated to win one for their city of Tampa that has gotten hit by two hurricanes in the last 2 weeks. You never know. It'd be great to see Baker Mayfield come out and put up some points against the Saints. Cleveland Browns against Philadelphia Eagles. That one, I'm going to have to go Eagles. I know they haven't been as strong as they'd like to this season, but it is a great team, great coached, well coached. The Browns just have not been the Browns or been what they expected. You've got Deshaun Watson, who is just rough to watch, and you got the Commanders over at the Baltimore Ravens. Um, very, very should be a very good game. It's fun to watch Jaden Daniels. Guy is a treat to watch. But then you got on the other side, you got Lamar Jackson running the ball all over the field. Should be also a very fun matchup to watch. With it being in Baltimore, I'm gonna have to choose. I'm gonna have to go with Baltimore Ravens winning that one. We got kind of a boring one here, AFC West game with the Chargers and the Broncos. I might have to go with the Chargers just because Bo Nix is just not doing much over there in Denver. It is at the Mile High Stadium, but it's going to be a kind of a boring one to watch. Not going to be following that one. Raiders and Steelers, might be a little low scoring of a game. You do have Pittsburgh as a -3 favorite, but I honestly can see the Raiders pulling that one off. And then you've got Dallas and Detroit. Really nice. Really should be a very good game. But it is at Jerry's World, so I might have to choose Dallas. Um, Atlanta at Carolina. Bryce Young is just and Andy Dalton are just tough to watch. Carolina going to be playing for that future #1 overall pick again, probably. And then you've got on Sunday night, you've got Cincinnati and the G-men. I know Cincinnati just lost a tough one against Baltimore, but Dalton. Joe Burrow just put up 500 plus passing yards. The guy is so much fun to watch. And then, of course, you've got the Buffalo Bills at the New York Jets. Buffalo Bills, take that one. I know it says Buffalo is a 2.5 point favorite, but I just don't see them losing or winning by, or I don't see them losing to the Jets. Of course, there is 4 byes this week. You've got the Chiefs, the Dolphins, the Rams, and the Vikings. So with that, that's all the games for next week, week 6 of the NFL. I'm like I said, I probably won't go about picking every game every week, but it'll be something along the lines of that. I might just pick a few games. Now we do have your NCAA games as well. Obviously, there's 1,000 of those. Last week was pretty wild with Alabama losing, Missouri losing, Tennessee lost. I know I'm missing a few others, but there was a ton of upsets this week, and it was just. So I might dive into a little college football. We do have, of course, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit the MLB race or playoffs heating up. We've got the NBA getting ready to get started. We've got the NHL getting ready to get started with a new team in the Utah Hockey Club. So, with that, And then with that being said, I'll do a little focus on probably a 10, 15-minute thing on sports with all those sports combined. And like I said, I am a golfer. I'm mentioned I'm trying to play a round of golf in all 50 states. I'm going to be documenting it here on MEB Golf on Instagram. So follow and try to keep. I'm going to be all it is more or less posting stuff about my golf event, journey. Whenever I do decide to play, I'm going to take pictures and videos and try to create content. And again, like I said, I'm new to the video and audio editing, so I did, buy some new equipment to kind of continue doing something like this, and would like to edit and make some type of montages of golf and collab with other golfers. That would be ideal. Now, like I said, well, I want to play a round of golf in all 50 states. So if I can at least continue to do that, that would be that's the main goal. I'm not here to play golf with Grant Horvat or one of those golf content creators. That would be cool. It would be fun. Um, I'm not trying to sit here and like Bryson DeChambeau play with like the pros, the live guys, the PGA guys. Um, but like I said, if I could get some type of what I'm trying to do on here, if possible, is try to build a network or community of other golfers that have some similar interests or ideas that can maybe throw my way, or recommendations of golf courses that maybe, hey, when I decide to play out in Arkansas, they could say, hey, you can play at this course in this city. It's probably one of the top 5 courses in the state or whatever, public courses. I also live out in so and so Arkansas. I'd love to link up and we could play around together, and I'd like to get them on the content, and try to get some and just kind of meet new people, and kind of grow this Instagram and this podcast as a whole, and with that being said, I that would be the goal. Like I said, today I have had played 4 states. um I've played Nevada. I played 2 out there in Las Vegas. So that would be, I played at the Valley High Golf Club, right at the end of the strip there by Mandalay Bay. And then I played at the Wynn Golf Course. 2 very nice tracks. At the Wynn, it is a little on the pricier, or a little more money to play, but it's well worth it. You get a very nice bag tag that the Wynn makes for you, that sends you home with. You do get to, and it is Vegas, so there's on tee number, or on 18, beautiful par 3. You get your choice of obviously where you want to shoot from, the tips or the ladies tees or the blues or wherever. But you play from I you get to tee off, and if you hit a hole in one, they, depending on where you're hitting your tee shot from, pays out. You can, where I shot, which I believe the blues, and it would have paid out $15,000 if I would have hit a hole in one. Now, obviously, I did not hit the hole in one yet to hit one in my golfing career. Um, but that was a really nice track. And another perk of the other course I played in Las Vegas at Valley High, I want to say it was another par 3. Um, you There's a employee standing at the hole. They say, if you buy if you hit the green, you get 50% off at the store, whatever you want, of merchandise. And I did end up buying. And then if you don't hit the green, you still get that money and 20% off at the store. So um, that was a fun little added addition to their courses. I did go out and play. I've obviously played Florida, being from down here. I've played Miami Beach Golf Club. I've played at the Trump Doral. I've got the Biltmore Hotel. What else? I've played at Key Biscayne's Crandon Bay. I've played at Killian Pines. Played at Miami Lakes. Pretty much played a bunch down here. That's two of the 50. Let's see, I flew up to Boston a couple of weeks ago and played over at the in Massachusetts. So I've knocked off Massachusetts. I played at what it was called Butterbrook uh, golf course. Very nice, very wooded, little nice little track, uh, very hilly, but I was able to get out there. And while I was up there, I had rented a car and drove up to New Hampshire to knock that one off. Up in New Hampshire, I played. It was called Campbell's Scottish Highlands. It started at about 7 in the morning. Very old Scottish kind of feel to it. To be honest, it's really nice, foggy. Was able to play actually pretty well over there. But I did play 2 rounds in one day. I played Massachusetts and New Hampshire in one day, so I was a little beat up after the first round, and had to play in Massachusetts. But so with that, I've knocked off 4 of 50 states. So I've got a lot more work to do. I'm going to continue doing this. I am going to be actually headed over to Missouri here in a couple 2 weeks or so. I'm going to be heading up there to go home, like where I'm from, and I was just so I'm going to be able to play 2 more states, Missouri and Illinois. I'm going to go drive over to Illinois after or for a round just so I can knock off 2 more. So that'll be at least 6 of 50. So that's 44 left after a couple of weeks from then. I am also going up there to which honestly I didn't even think about it, but this should be my hole in one. This would be my hole in one, my second one here. Uh, I get to go meet my brand new my beautiful little nephew Austin. My little brother Danny just had a baby with his wife Laurie. Congratulations! Very exciting. Very happy for the both of you. You guys will be very great parents, and looking forward to seeing the little guy grow up. So that'll be the first nephew, first of the family. I know mom and dad are very excited to be grandparents of, well, an actual human being as opposed to our little puppies, Riley and Mister. Um, and so I know they're really going to spoil him. That's for sure. I know the puppies will be a little jealous, but they'll be okay. And so that's kind of what I want to achieve from this podcast. Is like I said, not much, just kind of talk and ramble and just blow off some steam and learn something new with the audio and video editing. This first episode is going to be, I mean, all my episodes are going to be far from perfect. I really, like I said, just kind of, I'm going to ramble. I would like to eventually, have guests on the podcast and to maybe like of different professions someday. I would like to interview others, because I've followed guys like Theo Vaughn. That guy is just one of the most fun, charismatic social media, real human beings on social on Instagram, on TikTok, on his podcast. He's like a real person. He struggled with his upbringing and everything, and he's real to himself and he's true. He when it's really neat to see somebody be so vulnerable on some of their podcasts, yet so funny and comedic and real with like these celebrities, guys like Post Malone and guys that he's had on. He's had Donald Trump, and you can tell the nerves that get to him when he interviews these celebrities. And it's not even the celebrities he interviews. It's he's interviewed a trash man, a garbage man, and then and yes, he has fun with it, and he's not like the most intelligent. Neither am I. Neither is anyone. And everyone is their own person, and that's what I like about Theo Vaughn. He is not the brightest our sharpest tool in the shed, but he's true to himself, and he knows who he is, and he knows how to entertain people, and he knows how to entertain himself. And there are some times where I see in his face, and he tells his guests, how not happy he is with his life or the way he's handled things and his struggles, and he's open about things. And that's kind of what I want to do. And like I said, right now I'm doing this first little pilot episode podcast of something that, like, I am so uncomfortable doing right now, but at the same time I'm doing it and I don't care. And the more and more and more I do this, the more and more comfortable I'll get, and the more the listener will kind of understand what I'm trying to do with this whole thing. Um, it is a hard world out there, and there's a lot of people struggling. And like I said, I do love sports, and that's what the main topics are going to be. The main focus. I'm going to have football and baseball and hockey and golf and soccer and basketball and whatever it is. That's all great. Because sports are a wonderful thing. But at the end of the day, I'm still me, and I'm stuck in my head. And um, with this tool that I have here, this podcast, um, I can, try to be as real as I can on things like this. And there are a lot in sports heal a lot of things, but at the end of the day, I gotta talk some real things too. It's I want to reach out to the people who need help, and always be there for them when help needs to be there. Um, so that's kind of the direction I want to go. If that didn't make any sense, well, so be it. Like I said, I'm hoping to get better on the real true podcast when I do release one, um, which hopefully, like I said, will be October 15th. We will see. I was able to knock out 20, 30 minutes of this, and looking forward to continuing to do this thing. So, um, if you, again, would like to give, if anyone out there hears this that is in the golf world, would like to recommend any golf courses, like I said, I've knocked out Nevada, Florida, Nevada, Florida, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire. I've got 46 more states to go. So if any golfers are out there listening and want to throw out their state and throw me a course recommendation, and whether I can get back to it, I'm trying to plan a trip for March, which possibly might be Pinehurst in North Carolina. So, but if I can find something else, or can't, for whatever reason, do North Carolina for whatever reason, and I can go somewhere else, I want to do. I might end up doing the Pacific Northwest in the summer. I might roll up to Seattle, and then make my way down to Oregon and play those two also. So yes, again, that is kind of the goal with this whole podcast. I want to get recommendations for golfer from other fellow golfers. I want to do, try to get other people's takes on this, and try to get guests with other, like I said, I want to get a guest on here, so I'm not just sitting here talking to myself for hours. It'll be fun and exciting to get other people on here. So if anyone is interested in trying to be a guest and help out with the podcast, whether it's being in front of the camera or being behind the camera and trying to help with the video editing and audio, if you have any tips or tricks on the best ways to do it. Now, I do have I'm working with a new software that, like I said, I'm not that great with yet, so it might be a little longer than. Hopefully, I can figure it out by the 15th, where at least I can get it on Apple Podcast, on YouTube, and with that, I probably will be posting these on. I'm not sure the link yet, or the URL for YouTube yet, but I will post them eventually on probably my Instagram, because that is an easy social media to kind of get hang of. So with that being said, thank you for listening. I hope to, again, hopefully someone got something out of this and want to help out, or if anyone would like, again, to help, that would be fantastic. guest recommendations, post it on the Instagram, tag whoever, tag the golf course, tag the city. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Okay.